So a very good and relevant question has been placed. How the devotees should be acting, should be dealing in this kind of war situations, killing situations on different parts of the world.
È stata posta una buona domanda su come i devoti dovrebbero comportarsi e aver che fare, come comportarsi in questa situazione di guerra che c'è nel mondo. Yes.
So we need to understand this basic truth. In this first place, on this mundane plane, the plane of exploitation, land of limitations and exploitations, land of birth and death. These things, these war situations, are more or less expected. It's not that it's unexpected.
Dobbiamo capire questa verità di base, che su questo piano di esplotazione, di nascita e di morte, queste situazioni di guerra non sono una cosa inaspettata, sono una cosa che ci si può aspettare che accade.
Since this mundane world, mundane universe is known to be of mortal nature, okay, it is full of birth and death, okay, birth and death activities. So, since it is of mortal nature, so there will be accents of mortality. There will be accents of birth as well as death. It is so inevitable on this plane. But we don't find such a way with the divine plane. That makes the difference, great difference between mundane plane of existence and the divine plane of existence.
Su questo piano materiale, su questo universo materiale c'è la nascita e morte e quindi è normale aver che fare con la morte. E questa è la differenza tra il mondo materiale e il mondo spirituale. Lì non ci sono queste cose, non c'è la morte.
Therefore this mundane world, mundane plane of existence has been described by holy scriptures, by the Mahajanas, as a land of exploitation, okay, land of death, land of exploitation, plane of all kinds of miseries, three kinds of miseries, okay, adhatik, adhibhautik, adhidoivika.
Per questo piano materiale è stato descritto dai Mahajana e dalle scritture sacre come un piano di sfruttamento pieno di tre miserie, adhidevika, adhyatmika, adhibhutika.
Even in the first verse of Shikshastakam, some prayer, invocation of blessings has been made through prayer. After Cheto Darpanamarjanam, then Bhavo Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. Bhavo Mahadavagni Nirvapanam means let the fire, let the worldly fire of our three kinds of fire, adhatik, adhibhautik, adhidoivika. These three kinds of fire of our material existence be extinguished. May the three kinds of fires, adhatik, adhibhautik, adhidoivik nature, be extinguished, and let our lives be saved from being burned, cruelly burned by this mundane fire of mortal existence.
Nel primo verso di Shikshastakam è descritto e chiesto che possano questo fuoco del mondo materiale, questi tre fuochi delle tre sofferenze, che si possano estinguere, che nostra vita possa essere salvata.
Oh Lord, save us from this mortal, burning fire of our existence on this mortal plane, with the grace of your holy name, the great divine grace of your holy name.
Oh Signore, con la grazia dei tuoi santi nomi, salvaci da questo fuoco delle tre miserie, questo fuoco bruciante del mondo materiale.
Holy scriptures describe Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Sukadeva Goswami says in one place of Srimad Bhagavatam that where we find these four things are inevitable. Okay. Where we inevitably find these four activities: Janma, birth, Mrityu, death, Jara, old age, and Vyadhi, sickness. So where we inevitably find these four elements, four activities in our life, how can we be expecting real happiness in this existence, in this plane of existence?
Shukadeva Goswami dice nel Bhagavatam: ovunque guardiamo troveremo queste quattro cose, ovunque guardiamo vedremo la nascita, la morte, la vecchiaia e la malattia. Allora se ovunque possiamo trovare queste quattro situazioni, come mai ci aspettiamo di trovare la felicità in questo mondo materiale?
See, the process of birth, process of death, old age, sickness, and the very sickness. These are all of painful experience, all of unhappy experience, miserable experience. Nobody can say, oh, they feel so good.
E queste quattro situazioni che sono la nascita, la morte, la malattia, la vecchiaia, sono delle situazioni molto dolorose. Nessuno può dire che si sente bene in queste situazioni.
And that's how all the activities in this material world, mortal world going on, composed of these four inevitable things, inevitable laws of our mortal life, mortal existence over here.
E quindi tutte le cose, questo mondo materiale, funzionano su queste tre leggi, quattro leggi inevitabili, che sono sempre la nascita, la vecchiaia, la malattia e la morte, e sono quelle che sono leggi sopra la nostra vita materiale.
And moreover, Sararipu, 6 kinds of enemies described in the scripture: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya. They are also so much active in our mundanely conditioned life. Therefore we are called conditioned jiva, so much active on mundanely conditioned lives.
E in più abbiamo anche questi 6 nemici che condizionano la nostra vita materiale, dobbiamo combattere anche con loro.
So, in general, ordinarily, what we can expect from this mundane plane of existence? This is the very nature. So, all this war, all this battle and war are the product of all these, notion, not just notion, all these ways of the mortal human life over on this plane.
E quindi cosa si può aspettare da questa vita materiale? Tutta questa guerra e tutti questi combattimenti sono solo il prodotto di mondo, diciamo, il modo come funziona questo mondo.
Therefore, all our Mahajanas, many of our Mahajanas, Guru Varga, point out, making us very careful, giving us the messages of caution, making us very careful, saying, don't be attached, don't be too much attached to this mundane plane of existence. Don't become so much attached of doing your business, or don't become at all attached of doing your business on this mortal mundane plane of existence. This is not the very ideal plane for your living. Ideal plane of living, most ideal, topmost ideal plane of living is the divine abode of Supreme Lord Krishna Loka, Radha Krishna Loka.
Per questo i nostri Mahajana e i nostri Guru Varga ci hanno dato il messaggio, ci hanno detto di non attaccarci a questo mondo materiale, quello che facciamo di non attaccarci troppo, perché questo mondo, questo piano materiale non è un posto buono per noi, e quindi ci dobbiamo attaccare al piano spirituale, a Goloka, alla dimora di Radha e Krishna.
So compared to the divine plane of our existence, the divine abodes of the Lord, Krishna, Radha, Krishna Loka, Mahaprabhu Loka, this plane is not at all an ideal plane of our living, not at all ideal for the great souls, good souls to live in. It's clear. So naturally, all these mortal miseries in different forms, in different ways, different forms, different patterns, manners are expected to appear, under different mortal time, place, situations.
E questo mondo materiale non è fatto per le buone anime ad abitarci, e quindi è una cosa da aspettarci in vari modi, varie modalità. Queste miserie qui ci saranno.
Shukadev Goswami says, our Guru Varga point out, therefore our real final program is to get out of this mortal bondage, vicious circle of birth and death and suffering. Get out of this and go to the divine abode of Radha Krishna and start our life there, starting in happiness and ending in happiness. Starting from great happiness, ecstasy, and ending in bliss and ecstasy.
E quindi il nostro programma ultimo è come uscire da questo mondo materiale, da questo circolo vizioso di vita e di morte, e andare nel mondo spirituale, cominciando felicemente e anche finendo felicemente.
It is simply opposed to all kinds of suffering. The nature of that Dharma provides the lifestyle which is opposed to all kinds of sufferings, starting in great happiness, ending in happiness, in relation to the devotional love service, loving devotional service to divine couple Mahaprabhu.
È proprio la natura del Santo Dhamma che si comincia in felicità e si continua in felicità servendo Radha Krishna e Mahaprabhu.
But so far, what I have recreated is with some utility also, and that is for our education, for all of our education, and gathering comparative experiences between how bad it could be and how good the divine world can be. Comparative experience and education.
Signore Krishna ha creato questo mondo con una buona, per essere una cosa educativa, con uno scopo educativo per noi, per capire la differenza tra mondo materiale e il mondo spirituale, per capire questa differenza.
So, he also created this mundane world, with some good qualities, so that we can receive some conception of the real goodness, highest goodness. some highest goodness, and we can have some experience about excellent characters of the divine, supreme, absolute divine. Some glimpse of some taste of the excellence of the supreme, absolute divine. We can also receive being on this plane. So he also made that provision here.
Quindi il Signore Supremo ha creato questo piano materiale con delle buone attività, delle buone cose, perché così possiamo avere una comparazione, possiamo avere un esempio, possiamo avere un esempio delle buone qualità che ci sono nel mondo spirituale.
So that is our great hope. That's our great hope. This mundane world is not just only filled with negative miseries, miserable activities, but also it also got filled with some good things, some manifestations of the higher truths of life through which we can receive liberation, divine liberation, and the highest good of our life. So Lord Krishna also kindly created that scope for the jiva souls to accept that, to relate to that path and be liberated with higher divine fulfillment.
Quindi il Signore Krishna ha creato questo mondo con lo scopo di istruirci, di darci la possibilità di soddisfare il piano superiore, di liberarci, di portarci sul piano più elevato.
So again, the nature of mundane existence is a mixture of good and bad. Good and bad. So, and we understand this good and bad nature in different relative sense. So relative to different time, place and situations, okay, it can be judged. The things, good and bad things cannot be judged on absolute level, but through relative consideration we can judge about what is good, what is bad, how much good, how much bad.
Quindi in questo mondo c'è questa miscela di buono e cattivo e noi possiamo capire relativamente al luogo e alle circostanze quanta gradazione c'è di buono e di cattive azioni.
Because by nature, by the kind nature, the Supreme Creator could not create this mundane world, mortal world. The place of our education, comparative training, place of our education, place of our comparative study, a great training battlefield, mundane world. But Lord was kind enough also to create with some good things, good, positive, criterias and characters to live our life, not just only bad things. So he was so considerate about that.
Quindi il Signore Supremo ha creato questo mondo che è come una scuola che serve per insegnarci, un training vuol dire che è come un'esperienza che dobbiamo fare, però non ha solo messo cose cattive come per punirci, ma ha messo anche cose molto buone.
This mundane world has also been compared to like drama, okay, playing a drama on a stage, on this mundane stage. Everything is so temporary, changeable. Every jiva soul acting, playing in different roles of life, which are not their real, original, lifestyle, original characters of life, but rather conditioned lives, like we find in a drama. Temporarily players are acting some different roles of different characters, but they are all temporary.
Quindi questo mondo è paragonato a un palcoscenico, a una commedia, e ogni anima ha una parte in questo sul palcoscenico, ma tutto questo è temporaneo. Sì.
It's also understood as a great training field of cultivating, training us up in search of higher life, higher, better, excellent spiritual life divine. So this mundane world is so created that there is also some chances of searching for and cultivating a higher life divine, besides the sufferings, experience of sufferings, having the comparative experience of our sufferings, then how we can be more inspired, how we can, out of great necessity, then we become more inspired to accept the life divine, search for the immortal life divine, go for it and cultivate that and ultimately receive that.
Quindi questo mondo di esperienza ci serve tutto per fare la pratica, per praticare, e se al momento opportuno abbiamo questo desiderio di liberarci, di ottenere questo piano elevato, allora il Signore ci dà questa possibilità di praticare e di alla fine ricevere questo piano superiore.
Therefore, the fortunate jiva souls, in other words, the real devotees, they try their best to eliminate, to reject the bad association, bad environment, bad situations from their life. They try their best to disassociate with the world of negative energy, all these negative, miserable, evil situations on this mundane plane, and then they continue to be associating, they continue to be consciously associating with the world of positive energy, divine energy, with the world of higher goodness, benedictions, and be cultivating their lives in Radha Krishna consciousness, and finally they receive that life of ambrosial liberation, receive the life divine, engaged in devotional life, loving devotional service to the Lord.
Quindi le anime fortunate che in pratica sono i devoti del Signore cercano costantemente di evitare questa negatività, la parte negativa di questo mondo materiale, e di accettare solamente la parte positiva, e in questo modo associarsi con le benedizioni e cercare di elevarsi fino al piano superiore, al piano della virtù, e alla fine ricevere questo servizio immortale a Radha Krishna.
See, if everyone, or the majority of the people at least, would be following in the footprints of the real devotees, would be following in the footsteps of the genuine devotees of Lord, then there would be no problem. There would be no such war situation problem, fighting problems in the world. Not at all. Rather, the result would be opposite to the problem. There would be so much peace, happiness, and harmonious life, love and trust.
Quindi se la maggioranza delle persone seguisse le orme dei puri devoti, allora in questo mondo materiale non ci sarebbe più negatività, non ci sarebbero più i problemi, e tutto sarebbe così felice e gioioso.
Our Divine Lord Krishna and other manifestations of the Supreme Lord and our Guru Varga, they clearly advised us, recommended us about many do's and don'ts. If we continue, if all of us can be following all their laws, all their recommendations they set about do's and don'ts in life, then absolutely there will be no problem. There will be no such problems of the battles and war and killing each other due to so much illusory political egos in the name of so-called nationalism, protection of countries. All this will not be found.
Quindi se noi seguissimo tutte le istruzioni che ci hanno dato il Signore Supremo e la Guru Varga, i devoti del Signore, allora sicuramente in questo mondo non ci sarebbero più queste atrocità come la guerra, eccetera, in nome del nazionalismo, protezionismo, socialismo.
See, our Supreme Lord so kindly gave us very beautiful instructions. Supreme Lord so kindly gave us many directives. Very, very effective, powerful directives in our life. And our Guru Varga also, similar way. To be living a high-class, healthy lifestyle, high-class and healthy, excellent life without miseries, or at least miseries, with so much happiness, satisfaction, success. So they have Supreme Lord and their devotees already kindly directed us to their do's and don'ts, rules, regulations. Yeah.
Il Signore Supremo e i devoti gentilmente ci hanno già dato questa istruzione di come agire, cosa fare e cosa non fare. Allora in questo modo la nostra vita sarebbe sicuramente felice e non ci sarebbero più le miserie, o almeno ci sarebbero ridotte al minimo queste miserie.
So, if we all simply start following the Supreme Lord's and His associates' recommendations, their great recommendations, their directives, most of the problems, most of such problems of this mundane existence, that of fighting, war situation, all will be resolved. Okay, all will simply be resolved. Everyone on this plane can live more peacefully, happily, with the feelings of love and trust with each other, doing nice duties, caring duties for each other. It's quite possible. But we all have to follow the directives of our loving guardian, the Supreme the personality of Supreme Absolute Divine Truth.
Quindi se noi seguiamo questa istruzione della persona suprema, la verità suprema, se tutti noi seguissimo queste istruzioni si creerebbe un ambiente di pace, di armonia e di verità uno con l'altro, e in questo modo tutte le miserie sarebbero risolte e potremo vivere una vita molto felice.
So, under this kind of situation, under this kind of this fighting, war situation on different parts of the world, I mean, in the first step, the devotees who are not so powerful, who are easily affected, better for them to just ignore, disassociate with such kind of war mentality, war activities, and stay away from all these and just be absorbed in the bhajana life, absorbed in doing bhajana, life of devotional service peacefully, knowing this is, after all, this is mundane world, this is mundane mortal world, is supposed to happen, it's nothing unexpected, what to do, pralayam, activities of the pralayam, annihilation, always there, more or less everywhere. Not a big unexpected thing, so not to be wasting time, energy around it. Just stay away from all these as much as possible, absorbed in more bhajana activity, being engaged in cultivation of Krishna, life of Krishna consciousness. That should be the first duty of the devotees.
Quindi il primo dovere dei devoti, per quei devoti che non sono molto esperti, è di non concentrare la loro attenzione su questi problemi come la guerra, problemi mondani, ma concentrarsi invece sul bhajan e sul servizio e così cercare di progredire e di trovare questa dimensione spirituale dentro il servizio devozionale.
I mean, such ways can be like an initial state, some initial stage of a devotee's reaction, feeling, just to stay far away from all these negative activities, war situation, never get involved with all these heinous, evil situations, and just stay peaceful and be absorbed, completely absorbed in the life of bhajana activities, life of loving devotional service to the Lord, also inspiring others to do that, okay, without any entanglement, even indirect entanglement with all this mundane, miserable, war situation.
Quindi il Maharaj sta consigliando ai devoti di non associarsi con queste problematiche del piano mondano, di stare lontano da questo piano mondano di sofferenza come la guerra e di avvicinarsi quindi al servizio devozionale e essere più costanti nel servizio devozionale.
But the second step, even better than this, the first one, can be the devotees become more positively active in the society, trying to bring the awareness among the social people and protesting against such war activities, okay, pointing it out clearly with the higher lights of divine wisdom from the holy scriptures and the Guru Varga clearly, and trying to rectify, okay, this war temperament, protest against this, trying to protect the good against the evil activities.
Però i devoti di secondo stadio invece possono agire come dei messaggeri per portare questo messaggio santo divino alle persone e così elevarle dal piano mondano, dal piano della sofferenza, dal piano della virtù.
It all depends on the quality, okay, quality or the power of the devotee. It all depends on the power or capacities of the devotees, how they will be able to act, whether just staying away from all these, staying just aloof from all these and be peaceful, or they should be actively protesting against all such, war activities and war temperaments, supporting, because many people are supporting this war also, rectifying, purifying them. War should not be supported. At the same time, protecting the good against evil is very much required. So, devotees should be engaged in that kind of purifying activities for the social people and the world.
Quindi secondo la potenza o la capacità del devoto dovrebbe agire per cercare di purificare le persone, di portarle dal male verso il bene. In questo modo compie questa attività caritatevole nella società. Questo dipende solo dalla capacità personale del devoto.
Thus, the devotees of Lord also have got this whole of responsibility, this kind aspect of their responsibilities in life, to take care of others, to take care and help others with the higher lights of the knowledge, higher lights of the higher divine knowledge, creating higher awareness, greater beneficial awareness in this society, thereby helping the people against this war principles and war activities and all these, and help them to live a high-class life in the mode of goodness, rising above all these tamasic, rajasic, tamasic war activities, with the directives so much given through the holy scriptures by the realized pure devotees, and help them be cultivated in higher divine Krishna consciousness.
Quindi è responsabilità del devoto cercare di aiutare le persone a elevarsi dal piano dell'ignoranza fino al piano della virtù e così risvegliarle a questa conoscenza divina che è stata data dai grandi saggi e dalle grandi persone sante.
Again, the devotees should be acting on such responsible roles for doing good to others, to the society, in a cautious way, like doing duties for the sake of doing duty in a cautious way, doing holy duties for the sake of doing duties out of compassionate acts, so that he doesn't get directly attached with these war activities, war situation, while protesting against or moving against this, bringing educational awareness among others against it. He doesn't need to get directly involved with that. There is some art of not getting directly involved, at the same time helping the people against it, bringing proper awareness.
Quindi questo ruolo che hanno i devoti di risvegliare le persone, portarle verso la virtù, deve essere compiuto senza essere toccati da questo mondo di sofferenza, senza essere contrari, alla guerra, senza comportarsi in un modo di antagonismo, ma portarli verso la conoscenza divina.
Just like the ways the good doctors do in the hospitals or clinics. The good expert doctors, I repeat, the smart, good doctors, they treat all the patients with even contagious sickness, but the doctors themselves don't get sick. They remain very careful not to be infected. by all this contagious sickness, at the same time dealing with the patients to treat their sickness. That's the way devotees should play the role.
Quindi è come l'esempio del dottore che cura molte persone che hanno delle malattie contagiose ma senza essere contagiato. Questa è la modalità per cui come dovrebbero agire i devoti, cioè agire nella società senza esserne contaminati.
See, the doctors or patients are good example to explain what I am trying to say. See, in all hospitals or clinics, doctors they do take care of all the patients very nicely, but with full caution for themselves, taking full precaution for themselves, so that they don't get affected by the sickness of the contagious sickness of the patients, what they are treating for, trying to help. At the same time, treating the patients to get them cured. So that would be the expert, ideal ways for the devotees to treat and deal with this kind of political war situation and all.
Quindi questo esempio del dottore che tratta i pazienti senza essere contagiato dalla loro malattia perché è molto esperto nella conoscenza, allo stesso modo il devoto dovrebbe agire in questa società e curare le persone senza essere affetto dalla loro malattia materiale.
The principle is that cure the sickness. You cure the sickness or disease, but don't become sick or disease. While in the process of trying to curing the sickness. That is the principle.
Quindi il principio è curare la malattia senza essere contagiati e diventare se stesso malato.
So that's the way pure devotees work out about this thing. They do help others. They do help others with higher divine knowledge and directives and divine aspects of the life, principles, ways of the life. But in the process of helping, they never get affected by any negative mundane ways, but rather curing their sickness, treating them to become healthy and healthy with healthier life divine.
Quindi questo è il modo come agiscono i devoti che curano le persone con la conoscenza elevata, la conoscenza spirituale senza essere contagiati.
Gaur Hari Bol. So, see, when most of the people in this world are engaged in only Rajasic, Tamasic life, the results will also be according to that. The results expected are also according to that, according to the Rajasic, Tamasic lifestyle. So Rajasic and Tamasic bad results will be achieved, but we cannot expect good results to be achieved. Cannot be expecting good results to be achieved.
Siccome tutte le persone agiscono sul piano della ignoranza o della passione, quindi anche le conseguenze di tutte queste azioni sono di questa modalità, quindi quale risultato possiamo aspettarci da questo?
Therefore all the country people should wake up with the noble principles of powerful non-violence, powerful heroic principles of not indulging into war activities in the name of so-called chauvinism, in the name of so-called nationalism, or protecting one's own countries, because during war, even all the country people are also killed. So where is the real principle of protection of the country people?
Yes.
Well, where is the protection of your country if your own country people also dying?
Yes.
So it just works self-contradictory way. So people should be waking up to protest against, all these wars created to satisfy some political egos of only few political leaders all over the country. Ordinary mass is not involved with it.
Quindi i politici, le nazioni dovrebbero elevarsi sul piano della virtù, perché con il nome del protezionismo, del nazionalismo, succede che in nome di queste qualità viene enunciata la guerra per proteggere la nazione e le persone, ma in realtà tante persone muoiono durante la guerra, quindi che significato avrebbe? Le persone dovrebbero quindi ribellarsi e protestare per queste decisioni di questi politici, di questo ego di qualche politico.
It is always necessary, since we find the existence of good and evil throughout the whole creation from time immemorial. We find that. So it is necessary to fight the evil to protect the good. I repeat, it is a necessary thing to be fighting against the evil in order to protect the good.
Quindi è una cosa necessaria il combattere il male per proteggere il bene.
But it is also important to truly understand and judge which side is evil and which side is good. What is evil, what is good, and how much evil, which side is of how much evil and how much good. It's not always easy to judge, clearly which side is really evil, which side is really good. It all gets mixed up often.
Quindi bisogna veramente capire cos'è il male e cos'è il bene. Quindi bisogna capire anche in quale proporzione c'è il male e quanto c'è il bene, perché molto spesso tutto questo sono mischiati insieme. Bisogna capire cos'è il vero bene e cos'è il punto da perseguire, il vero bene.
So when it is determined that a particular side is really evil, then of course the holy war should be declared and should be launched to fight against that evil, to kill that evil in order to be protecting the good. After getting sure and determined some side is really evil, then of course it's a good decision to fight against the evil and destroy that evil to be protecting the good life.
Quindi quando abbiamo capito, compreso cos'è il vero male, allora bisogna intraprendere una battaglia per proteggere il bene e quindi sviluppare questa vita nel segno della virtù.
Again, even before trying to fight the evil, one should be, the noble person should be trying their best to rectify their evil nature, purify their evil nature in a nice way, an evil way, good way. Trying their best to rectify them, purify them in a natural, good way, with some compassion. When it doesn't work at all, then of course they should be powerful. They should come up with full power to destroy that evil, to protect the good.
Quindi le persone nobili devono trovare anche dentro di sé, se ci sono delle tracce di male, e cercare di rettificarle con la compassione e quindi se questo poi non è possibile, allora bisogna sì iniziare una guerra per proteggere il bene.
So, besides it, one of the best ways, okay, not to allow the evil things taking birth, being born on this mundane plane, okay, it is always advised and it is always most recommended, always most necessity to be always cultivating the mode of goodness, the spirit of non-violence, okay, great mode of goodness, the spirit of unity and harmony, love and compassion, love and trust for each other, everything in a more positive way. That is the real remedy. The more and more these higher human values, higher human morals and values and principles will be promoted in our lives, in our society, more and more this evil temperament of getting into war situation will be diminished and reduced. So that is the remedy. Medicine, real medicine.
Il rimedio, la vera medicina è coltivare nella società le buone qualità virtuose, le qualità elevate come fidarsi uno dell'altro, l'amore, la compassione, questo spirito di unità fra le persone, e in questo modo il male verrà sicuramente diminuito.
So, our Mahajanas, the great lives, the greatly realized souls or devotees, Holy Scriptures, actually recommend both ways. They give preference, they recommend both ways. They want to give priority, okay, if that is applicable according to time, place, situation, in cultivating the mode of goodness, in cultivating the life of mode of goodness in the society, by promoting the spirits of non-violence, kindness, compassion, love and trust for each other, spirit of unity and harmony, in relation to the Supreme, Absolute Divine Lord, okay, and thereby minimizing, reducing, purifying all this war temperament, war situation, product of so much greed and exploitation and enviousness, cruelty, all these. So they first try to do that. Okay.
Quindi le persone sante con il loro impegno cercano sempre di ispirare le persone a migliorarsi, avere una coscienza elevata. In questo modo cercano di ridurre questo male, questa sofferenza che c'è in questo mondo.
But when it doesn't work, when it doesn't work on this mortal mundane plane because of his negative mundane nature,
per cui il mondo materiale non funziona per la sua natura negativa.
yes, then in that case, even the same person, same exalted person, also support the holy war, holy fighting, holy war for truth and justice, holy war against the evil force, to be protecting the good side, good lives.
E quindi anche se ci sono delle guerre, queste persone da una parte praticamente mantengono sempre la parte positiva della situazione.
No, dice le persone sante, se non vedono che non c'è speranza nel motivo di aiutare le persone col modo positivo, allora possono arrivare anche a sopportare la guerra.
Ah, ok.
So, Thereby both ways are recommended in our world, in the world of the higher spiritualist devotees. According to it has to be implemented, or it needs to be implemented according to the necessity. According to the necessity of different time, place, situation. Okay? But or both ways can also go side by side. To, in a balanced way, to help the people, overall to help the people in a very proper way, comprehensive way.
Questi due aspetti possono essere anche praticati, applicati insieme per aiutare le persone, quindi c'è l'aspetto di cercare pacificamente di aiutare le persone a portarle nel piano della virtù, oppure di sopportare la guerra quando non c'è più altra possibilità. Questo è il piano di come è fatto.
Depending on different relative time, place, situations and the need.
Dipende dal bisogno, delle circostanze, del luogo e del tempo attuale.
So back to the point, yes. Back to the point. So we find both ways advised by Lord Krishna, directives. Okay? But our final aim to be promoting the highest good of life, whether through non-violence or through holy war. Promoting, again I repeat, promoting the highest good, highest divine interest of our life, whether through rectifications or through positive developments, positive cultivations of life. Like treating the sickness, whether through doing surgery in a body when it is really required to save the life, and also promoting the health in a more positive way, okay, without needing the surgery. Both ways are recommended and advised by Lord Krishna.
Quindi tutti e due questi aspetti, queste pratiche sono raccomandate dal Signore Krishna, cioè in modo violento come praticare la chirurgia e in modo invece più blando, più dolce come la predica. Tutti questi due aspetti sono applicabili, raccomandati dal Signore Krishna.
Of course there are different holy verses from the holy scriptures in support what I have just explained. Now I'm not going to explain into quoting all those verses and explanation. It will be more time-taking, time-consuming.
Ci sono molti versi nelle scritture che spiegano questi due aspetti di come applicare la violenza santa, cioè la guerra santa, oppure come rettificare le persone nel modo pacifico e con la compassione, ma tutte e due servono per elevare le persone, per risvegliare le persone, però adesso Maharaj non spiegherà tutti questi versi.
Holy scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranas contain many verses in support of what I have just explained.
Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam e Purana hanno molti versi, contengono molti versi che supportano questo che Maharaj ha appena detto.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Yes.
So we can, if there is no any relevant question to this, can put an end to the Harikatha here.
Se non ci sono altre domande rilevanti su questo argomento, vorrebbe chiudere.
So resting Harikatha over here. Hare Krishna. Be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Gaur Mangal Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Grazie Maharaj.